Mitten University is an amazing place. I've only been there once, just went for the afternoon. It's pretty confusing though. There's so many different colleges and buildings. I was lost in its winding corridors and cavernous libraries for several days. It was a haunting experience, but I must say, very picturesque.
Students are reminded to find themselves. This is a test announcement, not a real announcement. Tuition fees are expensive, and education is priceless.
You've taken your medication because it's time for the Harrison Wolf Show here on 2 Point Radio, and it's gonna be a wild ride. It's me, Harrison Wolf, the voice of freedom screaming into a thankless night. It's gonna be a huge show today, so I'm gonna eat a big old sandwich. Let's power up and power on.
Doctor, return to the hospital. Thank you. Students are reminded to set reminders. Warning, stupid questions will make you look stupid.
Did you see that Bongo launched another rocket into space the other day? I'm sure they'll tell you that it's important work. But what I want to know is, why don't they try something a little funkier? I mean, how many times do we have to do the same old bunch of astronaut things? Why not send up a load of sandwiches? Or a robot? Or that angry badger that lives in my garden? Because it doesn't fit with their agenda. That's why.
Now taking students for robotics. Students should check in before trying to learn. The academic year is starting. I hope you have a pencil. Tuition fees may be spent on administrative bonuses.
I've forgotten what this segment was going to be about. Do you ever just forget what you were going to say? Thoughts are like frogs, and sometimes they just hop away. but they know what they're doing. If I still knew, we'd never have had this moment. It feels right. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Here's a song.
Unattended sandwiches will be eaten by me. Hard work may or may not pay off. The administrator is reminded to stay hydrated. If it's not on your CV, it didn't happen. Not to me.
Get some gubbiny grub in your gob with cheesy gubbins. The essence of cheese.
Cheesy gubbins.
Cheesy gubbins. You know you want to.
Frequently asked questions. No, I've not seen your frog. such thing as free time. Project complete. Aren't you clever?
Harrison Wolf bringing you unfiltered content on 2 Point Radio. I don't have an editor on my show. Why? Because editors can change what you say. They can make me say, "Hey everyone, come to my house and take my petunias." But I'd never say that outside of this specific example. It's gotta be natural, man. Give me juice with the pulp in. Give me cheese with the wax on. This is Radio Au Naturel. It's al fresco. It's al dente. Oh yeah.
Education is non-refundable. Visitors should be checked in and then removed immediately. Research project complete. Aren't you clever?
I was watching some of that cheesy Gubbins show the other day. You know, the cheesy goblins? Man, was I confused. What's their deal? Do they grow the gubbins? Are they trying to find them or mine them or something? I tell you, kids must be pretty smart these days to follow such a complex show. Tip of the hat to any kids listening along.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water, remember? Frequently asked questions. No, you can't have an extension. If you don't know where your class is it really worth going?
Some expressions are more than a little strange, like getting up on the wrong side of the bed. What are you talking about? If you're having a lousy day, there's no need to vilify half of your mattress, my man. Jeez, just have a bagel or something. There's enough negativity in the world.
Staff are reminded to be inspirational. Students are reminded that you came here on purpose. Security breach. Please change your passwords. Sorry.
It's the end of today's show. But don't worry, every ending is the opportunity for you to, go and do something else. When life flushes a toilet, it starts showing a cool movie at that theater downtown. So have a good one, my friends. See you next time.
Students are reminded that this is the fun part. Hitting the box doesn't mean what you think it means. Students are asked not to ask questions. We are approaching the end of the academic year. Try not to worry. Is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? Enjoy your summer. I know I will. End of year results are now available. No unauthorized panicking. Research project complete. Aren't you clever? Welcome to the start of a new year. I'll be your host. Hello. Welcome, new students. We're more afraid of you than you are of us. Frequently asked questions. No, your chicken should not be pink.
Good morning, I'm Felicity Bellbottoms and you're listening to Campus Radio. Later in the show, we'll be discussing another hot student topic. Old meat. How grey is too grey? That and much, much more coming right up.
Skills are non-transferable. Students are reminded to be in two places at once. The more you revise, the longer you've been revising.
Education Minister Tarquin Foxbridge has once again stoked the fire between his department and the county's student unions, saying, "Tuition fees will rise and they must rise. I spend more on loafer wax than most students do on their entire education. It's just not fair." Thanks, Minister, for that much-needed, albeit clueless perspective.
Students are reminded that some grades are personal. A prospectus is not a promise, but a course is missing a classroom. If you hear this, please drink some water. Thank you.
Lectures can, if done incorrectly, be quite boring. But here's our preview of a lecture that has students everywhere wide awake. Avant-garde academic and student darling Omar Figgins began his latest series of touring lectures this week. The early reviews are in for the talk entitled What We Talk About When We Talk About What We Talk About. One student had this to say: "It was great. I barely understood any of it. So, you can imagine. Wow. Reserve your tickets for his visit to your campus today. You won't want to miss it."
Janitor required in lecture theatre. Janitor required for groundskeeping. Thank you. Syllabus requesting new room. A new room for the syllabus.
Hi, I'm Ricky Hawthorne. I don't remember being a student, but I'm sure it... People ask me all the time, Ricky, what would you eat if you were a student? And I say anything from the Crumley student range. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, and above all else, it's affordable. Just like Mama used to make.
Janitor required in bathroom. Announcement. The campus just got bigger. Not necessarily better. We're sorry for the litter that you... Oh, sorry, that's mine. University gives you a bright future and clouds it with debt.
Finally, the matter of grey meat. Yes, we contacted Health Inspector Henry Jobsworth, who sent us a very comprehensive 7,000-word report on the subject. Asked for a snappier response, more suitable for radio, he had this to say. If it's just turned grey, it might be okay. If it's been grey for a while, it's sure to be hostile. Well, if it rhymes, it's probably true.
It's almost the end of the academic year, in case you hadn't noticed. Talking on campus. Thank you. The end of year results have been released. Luck won't help you now. The academic year is starting soon. Was there anything we wanted to do? is now over. Students are reminded that I'm not your mum. It's not your year, it's just another year. You students should make a good first impression. No pressure. Now taking students for funny business. Unattended students in need of teaching.
It's the Harrison Wolf Show, baby. All right. Hey, this is Harrison Wolf, and thanks for stopping by. Today, we're going to be talking about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. The one thing you need when things are getting hairy. You hear something funny outside, or you're just hiding from the milkman. That's right. Today, we're talking panic rooms.
Frequently asked questions. Your food is cold because the oven wasn't on. Staff are reminded to care about students. Frequently asked questions. Yes, we are testing you. Frequently asked questions. No, I will not be your friend.
Every good panic room starts with its supplies. Now some things are a must. Your crackers, your flashlight, your bottles of water, sure. But don't be afraid to show some personality. I, for one, keep a bowling ball in my panic room. I find it's the perfect place to practice.
Students are reminded to have the time of their lives. students should pretend that they're listening. Staff are reminded that dogs don't eat homework.
Now, when it comes to surveillance, I'm strictly an anti-camera kind of guy. My philosophy is I can't see you, you can't see me. So I like to keep things as low-tech as possible. I'd recommend strategically placed strings attached to some bells. You hear a ring, and you got yourself a visitor. Of course, sometimes it's the doorbell, and you really do have a visitor. If you want to get real crafty, just leave a load of rakes in your yard. No one suspects a rake in the yard, but you'll hear the sucker when he steps on one and takes a handle to the chops. Ouch.
Plagiarism is not a belief system. Announcement, not a real announcement. Students are reminded to find themselves.
Beaver from Bungle. The small car that makes the little things feel bigger than they are. It's a perspective thing.
If you don't know where your class is it really worth going? If you hear this, please drink some water.